Hi, Miss. My name is Paulina Paredes, and I'm in the group number 3. I work individually. I'm going to start this exposition talking about the brain hemispheres and the brain lobes. The brain hemispheres are the left, right, and the corpus callosum. The brain hemisphere controls the right side of your body, and it is responsible for the language, grammar, logical, analytical thinking, reading, and writing. It's really important to remember that the left hemisphere controls all of the grammar, vocabulary, reading and writing, and logical thinking. Now I'm going to talk about the right hemisphere. The right hemisphere controls the left side of the body. It is responsible for creativity, emotions, music, intonation, and stress in speech, like visual and spatial skills. It controls emotions, intonation, creativity, understanding, context. The corpus callosum is a bridge between the left and right hemispheres. It's a thick banded nerve fibers that connects the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Its main function is to allow communication between both sides of the brain. The importance: it helps to combine grammar, pronunciation, emotions, and meaning during communications. It's really important to remember about this brain hemisphere that the left hemisphere focuses on structure. The right hemisphere focuses on emotions and communication, and the corpus callosum connects both sides to help us to speak naturally. Now I'm going to continue with the brain lobes. Here you have the frontal lobe. The frontal lobes, it's a brain area responsible for executive functions, voluntary movement, problem solving, and speech production. It's conformed by the Broca's area, which organizes grammar and sentences structure. And it is responsible for speaking, grammar, and planning sentences. The prefrontal cortex that plans speech and regulates social appropriateness. I'm going to continue with the parietal lobes. The parietal lobes is responsible for reading, information processing, connected sounds and letters, and helps to process spatial language. It works processing grammar for spatial context like on, under, and between, and it's responsible for the sense, touch, taste, smell, and spatial perception and orientation, like the math calculation, attention, reading, and writing. The occipital lobes, I'm going to continue with the occipital lobes that are responsible for the visual perception, processing, interpretation, including shape, color, and distance. It's responsible for the visual learning, recognizing words and images. The visual cortex identifies letter patterns and sends them to language areas. Back of the brain processes visual information and word recognition. It's really important to remember that it's responsible for reading and visual recognition. The temporal lobes connect listening, comprehension, and memory. The temporal lobes are responsible for listening, language comprehension, and memory. Now I'm going to talk about the cerebellum. The cerebellum is responsible for the coordination, balance, regulation, and equilibrium. The pronunciation, fluency, the motor control during speech. It's really important to remember pronunciation and fluency also. And the brain stem. The brain stem is the lower part of the brain that connects the brain to the spinal cord. It controls many automatic functions necessary for life and communication, like the attention, breathing, hearing support, and emotional regulation. It wants to say that maybe when the students are in danger, or we are in danger, or any person is in danger, the brain stem is working. Now I'm going to continue with the language areas of the brain. First of all, the broadcast area, responsible of speech production and grammar organization. The Wernicke's area, responsible of language comprehension and understanding meaning. The angular gyrus, responsible of reading and writing. The auditory cortex, responsible of listening and pronunciation. The auditory cortex, responsible of processes sounds, analyzes speech sounds. The primary auditory area, responsible to receive auditory information from the ears. The visual cortex, responsible to processes, write words and letters. Now, I have here an example of a brain lesion that is a damage to Broca's area. The name is the Broca's fascia. When Broca's area is affected by a brain lesion, it causes problems with the speech production. The effects: slow speech, grammar difficulties, short sentences, pronunciation problems. For example, here you can see in the picture that there is a person that is saying, I am going to school today. When the person suffers of this Broca's fascia, maybe this person can say, go to school today. For that reason, we can say as a summary that the Broca's fascia presents symptoms like speech becomes slow and difficult. The person understands language very well. The sentences are short and incomplete, and some grammar problems appear. That's all, my dear teacher. Now I can finish saying something. The more active the brain is during learning, the better students can remember and use English. Thank you very much. I'm going to see you in the next class.